Welcome back to more Universe Mode on the JPG channel. We're here on Monday Night Raw, and we're kicking things off with Judgment Day. And I don't mean the team Judgment Day, I mean actual Judgment Day, as Karrion Kross is gearing for action here. Karrion Kross. We have not seen too much of him here in Universe Mode, but believe me, when you do see him, it's nothing but destruction and carnage that follows. Kross not escorted down the ring by Scarlett tonight. We're not quite sure why. But, I mean, Kross is an intimidating force just by himself. Scarlett just adds that extra, the extra helping hand whenever Kross should need it, which never really occurs. And look at the sights of this man. Just intimidation is the first word that comes to mind. And any one of his opponents should be concerned when stepping in the ring with Karrion Kross. And tonight, the man to meet his fate with Kross is none other than Johnny Gargano, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. This should be an interesting match. I mean, you got Gargano's speed and agility versus Kross's just dominating, just brutality, sort of fighting style that we've come to know Kross to utilize. We also know he has a background in martial arts as well, which just, I mean, that's terrifying times 3, if you ask me. Kross, Gargano, getting ready for their match. Gargano, just meets a kick straight to the face from Kross. And Kross already signaling the end. Gargano doesn't know where he's at. Gargano left Ciampa at home tonight, and maybe that might not be a good idea, as Karrion Kross just having his way with Gargano so far in the very early goings of this match as he plants him down with a DDT. Gargano has not been able to get out of the opening bell, and oh my goodness, all these strikes and another strike. And now what's he going for here? A back suplex on the apron. Oh my goodness. Gargano, the lower back has to be in agony right now. And you know Kross is just thriving. He thrives when he gets to put his opponents through pain. And oh my goodness, what a pump handle suplex on the outside of the ring. And Kross gonna force Gargano back in the ring. Like I said, Gargano has not been able to get out the woodwork. Oh, it's been all Kross, and that vicious lariat might have just put Gargano out to sleep. 1, 2, no, Gargano showing some signs of fight, but my goodness. And another planting of the DDT. Gargano not knowing where he's at, and rightfully so. Trying to fight back here, but Kross has just got to answer for everything. But now Gargano firing up a little bit here. Started with a springboard hurricanrana, now a flurry of offense, and oh, look at that. A European uppercut of sorts. Now Gargano is going to look to display that heart we know that he has. He was called the heart of the NXT for a reason. Back in his NXT days, and oh my goodness, he went for some kind of body splash. I think he might have nipped Cross, but he definitely did not get all of it. But now here comes Gargano back on the outside with a slingshot spear. Gonna cover Cross. He doesn't even get a 1 count from that. That's terrifying. Gargano, what are you gonna do? Oh my goodness, a Doomsday Saito from Cross. Gargano could be out here. 1, 2, no. Somehow there is a little bit more fight in one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions with them. He might live to regret that very decision. I haven't even had time to mention in this match that Bobby Lashley, that is, he put on his Twitter, he's looking for somebody. He's looking for somebody to challenge him and to take him on come SummerSlam. And interestingly enough, Cross answered with an hourglass emoji. And now we might be able to see why Cross is here tonight, to set a statement out for Bobby Lashley. And beating one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions is going to be quite the statement, as Gargano looks to be going to sleep. And yeah, that's it. My goodness, just utter domination from Karrion Kross. What an wait a minute, the lights are out. There's Bobby Lashley, the aforementioned Bobby Lashley. And what's this? Lashley with a choke slam. I mean, okay, I'll take it. Anything that's going to put Cross down. Lashley setting a statement of his own right, but you still cannot deny the domination that we just witnessed on a tag team champion nonetheless. Cross just took a champion and made him look like a jobber. I don't know what to say. The only thing I can say is that we're going to have to fortunately move on here tonight, because we got more action to come. We've got Judgment Day versus the Usos, as the Usos are gearing up for their rematch against DIY, which now I'm not sure if Johnny Gargano is going to even be 100% for that very meeting, which will be at SummerSlam, and it will indeed be 2 out of 3 falls. So these two teams have to pin each other 2 consecutive times to win that very match. That should be a all-out classic with 2 of the top teams in WWE today, in DIY and the Usos. Here come the Judgment Day down to the ring. I mean, hey, they knocked off the Usos. You got to believe that after SummerSlam, they might be front and center, first in line for those Raw Tag Team Championships. And Finn and Damian would want nothing less. Ladies and gentlemen, what a night though. I mean, I'm still completely shocked that Cross just made short work of Gargano like that. I wonder if Tommaso Ciampa's going to have anything to say about that. Being that he wasn't in his corner here tonight, I mean, Gargano was out there on his own facing a warlock of a man, a mammoth of a man in Karrion Kross. But let's talk about after the match. Bobby Lashley seemingly answering Kross's, I don't know what you want to call it, a challenge or just his reply to his tweet he sent out. But hey, you come for the Almighty, you're going to want to come correct, and you're going to want to come with everything that you've got. Because we're talking about a man that's a former multiple-time world champion. A man that's beaten guys like Omos and Brock Lesnar. 2 things that Kross cannot say that he's done yet. But again, Kross beats Lashley. That's gonna earn him some points as well. So hey, if that match gets official for SummerSlam, you can count me in. That's for sure. That would be a battle of Goliath. That would be a battle of the monsters. Here come the Usos down to the ring. This week, it's interesting to note that they're not flanked by Solo Sikoa. It seems like they only bring him around when they want to set an example on somebody, like Tommaso Ciampa last week against Solo Sikoa. And hey, I mean, we didn't see Tommaso Ciampa this week. I never even stopped to think that he might be still licking his wounds from that match last week with Solo Sikoa. And that's a very good reason why he would not be out here with Gargano here tonight. Especially if Gargano knew that he was going to have to face the Harbinger of Doom in Karrion Kross. But we're going to move on from that first match because we got tag team action to call as the Usos face off against Judgment Day. Damian Priest starting things off with Jimmy Uso. And Uso lighting him up, but Priest lighting him right back up. Oh, and what a kick. Wait, no. Jimmy reversed it and a kick of his own, but didn't get all of it. Oh, look at this. A springboard. Just clothesline slash bulldog. Priest. No, wait, no. Jimmy's slipping out. I'm going to say Priest is trying to dominate in the early goings, but to dominate an Uso is a very hard task, especially when they're in tag team competition, because they're arguably the best tag team on the planet today. The only thing that they don't have to say that they are those Raw Tag Team Championships, which you know they're going to be fighting tooth and nail for come that 2 out of 3 falls match. Just a few short weeks, guys. SummerSlam is 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from the biggest party of the summer. On the Raw side, we got matches like, well, that match, the 2 out of 3 falls. Apparently, we're going to have Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross. John Cena still has an open challenge. We haven't seen Cena in a little while. Oh, and look at this. Nice move by Uso. We haven't seen Cena in a little while, but he said he will be there for SummerSlam. And he wants the best of the best to step up for that United States Championship Open Challenge at one of the biggest pay-per-views of the entire year. So that should be a remarkable time and place to be as a beautiful takeover power slam. And the man in the main event tonight facing his former best friend, former tag team partner in Matt Riddle, Randy Orton, who's turned a new leaf and really just gotten back in touch with his darker sides in these past few weeks, since coming back, since winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, that very briefcase that he said he's going to cash in on Cody. But as I say that, Jey Uso just flew through the second rope into Priest with a suicide dive. And look at the Usos just dominating in the early goings. And hey, they're going to want a win. They're going to want some much needed momentum heading into their match with DIY. Gargano just lost his match to Karrion Kross, so you know it would be like rubbing salt in the wounds of DIY if the Usos can win their match just straight back to back like that. But yeah, I know Orton has set his sights on his former protege in a way, Cody Rhodes, back in their Legacy days. And it looks like that match is going to be on. I mean, I've never known Cody Rhodes to back down from a challenge, especially not a challenge the level of competition that Randy Orton indeed is. We're talking about a 15-time world champion here. Or excuse me, a 14-time world champion. Oh, and what a kick from Jimmy Uso. So if that match gets made official as well, and Orton and Rhodes, I mean, they call it the biggest party of the summer. I don't think there's a bigger match on the card, except possibly over on the SmackDown side, which, I mean, we'll talk more about that on Friday. But Seth freaking Rollins shocking the world, being that trade that sent Orton over to Raw, and going to the blue side and just basically challenging Gunther for that Universal Championship. So that match still is yet to be made official, but like I said, SummerSlam is shaping up to be one hell of a night. Oh, look at this. Priest doing some damage on both members of the Usos. Now Jimmy looking to get back into the fight. Look at this. Pop-up Samoan drop. Leveling Priest. 1. No, Balor's going to break it up, but Jey Uso's looking to fend his brother off. And this is what the Usos do best, is cutting the ring in half. You cannot argue about that. And a series of kicks on Priest. Priest has been in this match the longest out of any competitor. And it's starting to show. The wear and tear is definitely showing. And look at this. Schoolboy into a super kick. What a beautiful move from Jimmy Uso there. I mean, hey, let's not forget, just because these guys are not Raw Tag Team Champions, these guys have been champions all around the world. These guys have been champions across all the brands, minus NXT. They've been 3 different forms of champions, as a matter of fact. I mean, we're talking about tag team lineage when we talk about the Usos. And DIY, they're going to have the work cut out for them come SummerSlam. Yes, they did beat them at Money in the Bank to even win those, to even hold those Raw Tag Team Championships that they do right now. But now they have to beat them not once but twice in order for the match to end. Balor working over Jey Uso. And Jimmy's there for the save, but it looks like the damage has been done. Similar to Gargano taking a lot of damage from Cross in the last match. You know the Usos are not going to want to run the gauntlet here tonight with the Judgment Day. They got to save some of that energy for SummerSlam. STO from Finn Balor. But I mean, they're in there with the 2 vets of the Judgment Day and Priest and Balor. Oh, look at this. Went for a super kick, but Priest ducked it. Jey Uso trying to get something going for himself. But the Judgment Day has had his number thus far. Oh my goodness, what a forearm. I was going to call it a right, but we saw a little bit of elbow in that at the same time. Now back to the JD corner. What's this going to be? Just a assisted body splash. Almost like a jumping shoulder block. But look at Jey Uso looking to get back in here, but oh, he gets his leg kicked from underneath him. And look at this beautiful awareness from Balor, realizing that Jey Uso was there for the hot tag. But Jey Uso not gonna take it lying down. As here comes Uso dumping Balor over the top. And we know they like to get a little crazy. Uso crazy to the over the top rope with a Uso splash. And the fans nodding in approval. Not even just nodding, we hear them. They're chanting their approval. And look at that. Priest is down. Priest has been worn down the entire match. And that might be exactly what the Usos wanted. Oh, no, look at that. Balor slipped out the way. And Jey had to eat a right from his own brother. But he gets him with the splash. Priest is still down. Jey Uso on the top rope. Balor squashed. 1, 2. No, Balor gets the shoulder up at the last second. What a match. Again, The fans nodding in approval. Oh, and a John Woo drop kick into the corner. Balor seeing stars. And now Jay asking for Damian to get back in the match. And I don't know if that's exactly what he's going to want. As here comes the punishment of the Judgment Day. But Jay's fending him off. He's fending both team members off of the Judgment Day. But look at this. Priest perhaps has him right where he wants him. With a razor's edge. Going for the cover. Jimmy's in there. Doesn't let it get past the 1 count. Jey Uso taking a breather as Priest just levels Jimmy Uso. And Balor taking some cheap shots on the outside and a South of Haven. Look at Priest jumping over the top rope. This man is crazy, I tell you. Oh, and just sending Jey Uso into the barricade. What a match we have so far within the Judgment Day and the Usos. But look at this. Jay was right behind Damian, rolling him up. 1, 2. Oh wait, not just the 1 count that time, but Jimmy Uso has Balor. Oh, and an elbow drop down to Balor. And another splash to Priest. Could this be it? The Usos looking to get some momentum heading into SummerSlam. Takes care of Balor. And now there's only one thing left to do. And that's the 1D. There it is. Referee. But no, Balor's there to break it up once again. Oh my goodness, he just slammed Balor's face right on. Oh, and a super kick from Jey Uso. This slammed Balor's face right on that apron. The Usos definitely getting sick of Balor's interference. And now one more time going for an Uso splash, but no, Priest gets out the way. And another Samoan drop. And a headbutt for good measure. But this time Balor one step ahead. But now Jimmy Uso flies off after him. And now Balor's executed. Here comes Jimmy off the top with an Uso splash. And what's this? Consecutive Uso splashes. The Judgment Day have been executed and entered into the Uso penitentiary. What a match from the Usos in the Judgment Day. Man, what a banger that was. Again, like I said, the Usos needed to win this match, get some momentum heading into that 2 out of 3 falls match. I mean, you prove you can beat a team of Balor and Priest and Judgment Day. Very successful and a very hard to team beat in their own right. And hey, I mean that they're one step closer to taking those Raw Tag Team Championships away from DIY. But we're gonna move on to the main event as Matt Riddle takes on his former best friend, and Randy Orton. And man, this is just sad to see. I mean, Riddle and Orton, the chemistry these two had, you would have never thought that they would have came down to this. But during the Money in the Bank ladder match, Orton seemed to have pretty much targeted Riddle from the start of the ring of the bell. And Riddle not taking too kindly to that. I mean, you know, there's a lot of emotions flowing through him right now, but at the end of the day, the original bro's gonna do what he has to do to live another day. And Randy Orton, well, he's just looking to inflict pain. He sees Cody Rhodes' face on Matt Riddle's body. I'll leave that imagination to you guys, but yeah, like anybody that Orton comes face to face with until he gets Cody in that ring, they're in for perhaps the most vicious side of Randy Orton that we've ever seen here in WWE. As here comes the aforementioned Money in the Bank briefcase holder, Randy Orton. This isn't even his first time holding that briefcase. That's how legendary of a career this guy has. Like I said, 14-time world champion, multiple Money in the Bank briefcase holder now, multiple Royal Rumble winner. I mean, back in his heyday, he was Intercontinental Champion, but hey, we're talking young Orton. We're talking 2004. Orton moved on to bigger and better things ever since, and he looks to ride it to the top of the mountain one more time if he can take that championship off of Cody Rhodes. The championship that Cody literally just got back at Money in the Bank. And look at Orton. No signs of professionalism or good sportsmanship. Orton taking it right to his former best friend, his former protege in a way, in Riddle. I mean, Riddle admired this man so much that he started hitting his own version of the RKO. He started doing literally everything that Orton was doing. He almost tried to become Orton, but now Riddle's gonna have to put all that to the back of his head and just fight for his life, because Orton is not a man to be messed with since coming back. He is arguably the best version of himself that we've ever seen. But Riddle has been working on himself in his own right and looks to be no pushover for Randy Orton. Look at this, a nice German from Riddle. Riddle's fired up. Orton doesn't know what hit him. And I'll tell you what hit you. It's your former best friend in Matt Riddle. Oh my goodness, working on the arm now. Oh, look at this, Orton. Oh, just waiting for an opportunity to strike. And hey, like I said, these two men tag teamed for almost a year together. So you know these two know each other's playbook. You almost have to switch things up. But oh my goodness, you talk about switching things up. I think he just switched Riddle's rib cage. My goodness, that was unexpected. He just threw him over the top rope. And all the air just leaving Riddle's body. I know for sure that is not a good feeling. And now, of course, Orton's in control ever since that happened. I mean, Riddle probably doesn't even know where he's at. Oh my goodness, stomping the toe on the mat. I mean, normally for somebody wearing boots, that still hurts, but it's not going to hurt as much. Riddle doesn't even go out there with boots. He goes out there barefoot, and hey, that's a testament to his own right. But sometimes opponents are going to take advantage of that fact. But look at that. Orton looked to hit Riddle, but Riddle spun right past him. A beautiful forearm and another one. Just still trying to fight. I mean, even though Randy Orton is taking it to this man, Riddle is not going to give up. He has to push to fight. He has to forget about that once friendship in that he had with Orton and just fight this man like it's his last thing he'll do, because it might be. As a beautiful takeover power slam from Orton. Count of 1. Oh my goodness, those strikes. Those strikes from Orton. And now he's working Riddle's arm over under the top rope. Again, went for that elbow, but Riddle just a little too quick and hits him with a kick. And look at Riddle outsmarting Orton with a floating bro of some sort. And wow, that kick looked to rock Orton. Look at Riddle. Got him for the Bo Derek. The Bro Derek, I should say. 1, 2, no, but he gets a count of 2. Wait, Orton's right back on his feet. Another power slam. Just suckering Riddle in. And now those strikes coming at full speed. And now a T-bone knocking Riddle right on his side. Orton just thriving here, looking in his proverbial bag, as people might say. But Riddle still in the fight and throwing those vicious forearms left and right, and now a knee for good measure. But again, Orton slipping out the way. But now Riddle to the top. But Orton's going to meet him. No, this time Riddle gets the drop and a nice crossbody into the pin. 1, 2, no, Orton getting out of that. Look at this. Oh my goodness, just stomps to Orton's chest, and he took away his arm, so he took away his chance to fight. And look at this, now a triangle choke from Riddle. This match is becoming personal. Personal for Riddle. Like I said, has to set his emotions aside and realize that this man is not your best friend anymore. He is a vicious just snake. We've called Randy Orton the Viper for years, but now he truly is living up to that name. And now Orton to the top rope. I mean, we hardly see that ever. What's Orton going for here? A nice double axe handle to the outside. Oh, look at that. He went for a knee, but Riddle had it scouted. And just another forearm to the face. Orton's rocked. And went for a double axe handle of his own, but Orton slipped out the way, trying to get back in the ring. Oh, and meets him with a hit. And now what's this? We saw Cross do this earlier. Orton might have been watching. Oh my goodness. A back suplex to the apron, except, of course, Orton's going to do it better. He did it on the LED side, which, I mean, that's like times 2. The pain times 2. The pressure going down on your back. Riddle's in a bad way. But look at this. Riddle's up. Oh, look at that. Caught Randy right in the face with his toe, pretty much. And now the bro mission is locked in. Randy's got nowhere to go. I don't think Randy Orton expected such a challenge, but hey, you should know that Matt Riddle is not going down without a fight. Orton should know that better than anyone. Orton stood side by side when they went against the Bloodline. But there's the RKO. Literally out of nowhere, as Riddle can call it a night. No! He still has fight. Oh no, but Orton with those Orton stomps, vintage Orton. Oh my goodness. And now going for that second RKO that could definitely put this match away. Here he goes. Wait, no, Riddle counters that. And now Riddle measuring Orton again. Elbows to the face. Again with the bro mission. Oh no. Orton, I think one of his hands or his fingers got to the ropes, but a beautiful senton from Riddle. This could be it. 1, 2. No, Orton getting out the way. Going for another cover. 1. Oh no, but this time Orton kicks out at 1. You gotta believe Riddle is just trying to frustrate Orton at this point, and I think it's working because here comes Orton, beating down his former tag team partner in Matt Riddle, and every move is just doing exactly what Randy wants. Oh, and this time he even gets that elbow that he was looking for earlier in the match and just pummeling Riddle. But Riddle's still in this. After everything Randy has thrown at him. And look at this, a beautiful Fisherman Buster. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Orton again with a shoulder up at perhaps the very last second. Oh my goodness, Riddle getting riddled to the ring. And look at Orton with a submission offense of his own right. And this ain't going to win him the match, but you're damn right that it's going to embarrass Riddle, being that he has a martial arts background, being that he has a UFC background, and he's a submission specialist. Orton knows what he's doing. Sort of modified Boston Crab that we've seen Tyler Bate use recently. Oh my goodness, so apparently Orton stays in tune with these other guys as he adapted crosses, back suplex on the apron. He's looking into Tyler Bate, former NXT champion. And now Riddle to the top rope. Again, going for, but no, Orton 1 step ahead. Riddle was just too slow. And now it's perhaps easy pickings for Mr. Randy Orton as he goes into SummerSlam with a win over his best friend Matt Riddle. But what an effort Riddle just put up against his best friend. Despite the emotions running wild probably internally, Riddle still set out to try and just fight. And at the end of the day, Randy Orton just too much. And if Cody Rhodes has this version of Randy Orton to face and to fight, well, his championship is definitely very much at a risk come SummerSlam.